What is toxic positivity? Toxic positivity is when people use the garb of positive thinking to get into inaction mode. It's very easy to get a lot of motivational stuff on social media, on platforms like YouTube, like many other platforms like Facebook, and there are a dozen more very popular platforms where you can get a lot of short motivational videos, small pep talks which will make you feel good for some time. And there are many people who sort of get addicted to it. Whenever they feel negative, whenever they realize that something which needs to be done, they are not able to do, they are not putting up action. What they do is they go and watch some motivational video, or maybe they read some quotes, or maybe they find some good book to read. That's all good. But slowly they start getting addicted to it. It gives them the dopamine shot, it makes them feel good for that moment. And they start using this positivity as an excuse for not taking action. That is toxic positivity, because that gets you stuck into certain situation in life where you need to take an action to come out of that situation. But instead of understanding the gravity of that situation, what you choose to do is stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. You just keep on talking about that but do not take action in that regard. That is toxic positivity, and that certainly doesn't do good to anyone. That may make you feel good for some time, but inside it builds guilt. Because somewhere our subconscious mind is aware that while I may be thinking very positive, but there is something which I need to do which I am not doing. Thinking is only the initial step. It needs to move to emotion, it needs to move to action. And if that is not happening, the positive thinking loses its value. It's like seeds which do not germinate. What's the value of those seeds? Seeds are important. Seeds have a potential of creating an entire forest, no doubt. Therefore, seeds are very important. But what if seeds are just sown and then not nurtured? What if I think positive, I get a great idea, and after that I do not nurture that idea, I do not take it to its logical conclusion? That is toxic positivity. Now, let's understand what are the 2-3 things I can do in order to become a positive person. Number 1, take charge of your emotion. Ask yourself this question, write it on the paper. Who decides how do I feel? Who decides how do I feel? And the answer should be, I decide how do I feel. Do not give this right to anyone to decide how do you feel. People should have right to their action, but they don't have right to how you feel. And that requires emotional maturity. Telling yourself that world is gray, it's not black and white. Things are never ideal. You become the richest man on the earth, most powerful man on the earth, you become anything, you achieve all your goals, still there would be challenges. World is always gray. There are few things which are not good, there are few things which are great. It's matter of your perspective, how do you look at it? And therefore there is no point in whining. No matter where you stand today, there are few things to cherish, there are few things to whine about. There came this very rich man in a big car, very expensive car, and the car stopped in front of a big bungalow. There was this young man, poor, hungry for last 2 days, standing in front of bungalow. He saw this rich man in his late 70s getting down from that car, and he was going inside the bungalow. And this poor boy, young boy, maybe about in his 20s, said, "Not fair, not fair." The old man heard and said, "Whom are you talking to?" And the young man said, "I am talking to God. I am telling this is not fair. At one side I am not even getting enough food to eat, and another side you have everything. Look at your luxurious car, look at your bungalow, look at the comfort you are enjoying. What have I done wrong to not have all these things?" The old man calls the young man and says, "My dear friend, do you know what you have? I can't have. You know, whatever I have today at this age of 70 plus years, if you want, you can get all this. But if I give you all my wealth, I cannot get my 50 years of life which you have. If you lived as long as I have lived, you have 50 years which no money in the world can buy. And therefore, my friend, what is not fair is you have 50 years to live, but I don't have. I have all the money, but what do I do with this now? I have hardly many years to live. Matter of perspective. How do you look at it? So how do you become positive? First thing, as I told you, master your emotion. Tell yourself right story. How do you master the emotion? Realize, get mature that no matter what you get in life, there are always going to be few challenges and there are always going to be few great things in life. The question is, do you look at the great things or do you look at your challenges? Our common mistake is we do not appreciate things which comes easily. It could be mother's love, our parents. It could be home food. It could be having enough to eat, enough clothes to wear, having a healthy human body, education, lot of things. A free country like India. We could have been born in some country where there are struggles, but we are lucky here. So, are we appreciating these things? Because the thing is, if we don't appreciate what we have, we will not appreciate what we get. It's a matter of attitude. And therefore, it's very, very important to emotionally tell yourself that yes, there are challenges in life and there are great things in life. I look at great things and I handle my challenges with help of these great things. Point number 1. Point number 2. Look at your problems, stare at your solutions. Look at your problem, stare at your solutions. There are problems. COVID is a challenge for many people. There are financial issues, there are health related issues, there are relationships issues, there are academic challenges for people, there are job related challenges, career related issues. No doubt, all of us have some or other challenge to solve. If not yours, maybe your kids. If not your kids, maybe your parents, maybe your friend, maybe your spouse. There are challenges. When you ask yourself that I have this problem, ask the follow-up question, now that I have this situation, what are my options? What am I doing for it? If I'm trying for the same problem again and again for many months, then it is no more anybody's mistake. It is my mistake. So I have to train my mind that now that I have a situation, now that I have a problem, how do I find a solution for it? And the moment you start looking at a solution, the moment you start getting into this mode of what if I do this and what if I do this and apply your positive thinking, you create hope for yourself, and with hope, with intensity, of course, with right strategy, with result oriented mini steps and actions, you achieve what you want. So that's the next thing. Look at your problem, but stare at your solutions in order to become a positive person. And third thing I'm telling, which may not be appealing to many people, but try to do that. If you want to become positive, then spread positivity. Do something which is completely selfless. It could be community service, getting associated with some organizations which are doing good for others. What happens, when you get among people who are doing selfless service, there's a different aura of energy. There is different kind of feeling there, environment there. And when you place yourself there, when you go at a place as a giver and not just as a beggar, as a seeker, as I want this, you create a different mentality that nurtures your frontal cortex, that uplifts you from your emotion, that gives you empathy to realize that there's a lot of pain in the world. And thank God, I have so much to contribute. And when I say contribution, it need not be just money. Because whenever we use this word contribution, we think of money. It's not about money. You can decide to give a compliment to someone every day. Genuine compliment by finding out something good. You could just go and educate some people. You can help people with your expertise. You are a chartered accountant, maybe you solve a problem for someone. You are a doctor, maybe you can treat a patient for free of cost. You are a student, maybe you teach someone whom you can teach, whom you can help, a child or someone. Maybe you can just go and spend your time in an orphanage and play with children and give your time to them. There are so many ways. Spend your time, at least some part of your activity should be completely selfless and just with one agenda, that I want to contribute. I want to use this opportunity to give it back. And this will create a different kind of personality, because many people have never experienced joy of giving. Somehow that survival mentality always keeps us seeking, give me this, give me this, give me this, ye free mein mil jaye, yahan se kahin mil jaye. People are always thinking of this. This is natural. Don't feel bad for that. Don't feel guilty for that. That's natural. But momentarily, once a week, once in a while, go and do something which is beyond you, so that your mind experientially gets into that feeling of giving mode. And that will give you that tinge of positivity. Automatically it will happen. Certain things happen automatically. Not just that, you will place yourself among right people. Because mind is very fickle. It's very easy to go on a wrong track once things are settled for you. But if you're anchored yourself with the right people, right organizations, and if you're committed to do something good every week, every now and then you are creating a kind of support system for yourself which will not let you drift down. Because this monkey mind can justify anything wrong. People have been smoking, drinking and justifying that, even though they know it's wrong. People have been doing all kind of wrong things and still justifying that. So do these three things, and these three things are going to help you. So what did I tell you today? I told you today these things in a very quick summary. What is positivity? Looking at the brighter side. What is not positivity? Staying away from reality is not positivity. What is toxic positivity? Just reading, watching motivational stuff and not taking action. Getting addicted to those things. That is toxic positivity. Positivity is not an excuse for inaction. It is not an excuse for inaction. That is toxic positivity. Then I told you about three things which will add it in your life if you become positive thinker. It will make you a good personality. It will give you a better quality of life. Your experience in life becomes more positive. It will bring you out of survival mode and take you to the thrival mode. You're likely to become more successful because you'll give yourself more opportunities. Then I told you about how you can adopt positive thinking. You can adopt it, number one, by emotionally telling yourself that how I feel, I decide. Things, situations, people, incidents do not decide my feeling. I decide my feeling. That's an emotional journey we need to make. Second thing, which I told you is, in order to become positive, look at your problems but stare at your solutions. No matter what's your problem, if there is a solution, look at it. If there is no solution, then why worry? Third thing is, in order to really become positive, do something completely selfless. Do some community service. Get into habit of giving. With the standards of your living, raise your standards of giving. And that will experientially make you feel what is the feeling of becoming positive. So this concludes my topic today on something interesting about positive thinking. So positive thinking, in my view, is definitely good. It should be done. It adds to our life. It helps us living a better quality of life. It gives us more opportunity, and it creates a positive environment around us. But it is not staying away of reality. So with this, I stop my topic today. Once again, let me remind all those who have not yet joined me on my Instagram handle, on my Clubhouse, on Telegram channel, join it. Links are all below it.